ceremony was held in Hualien to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Tzu Chi Education Mission. Orthopedist develops a cocktail pain relief medicine for those undergoing knee replacement therapy. I'm Sean Scanlan. This is DaAi Headlines. The rainy season in Myanmar has ruined many rice fields. Volunteers went to assess damage and found that some in the shelter have no food to eat, as they conducted a distribution right away.
The road was flooded and the villagers had to travel with boats. The head of the household said that it was supposed to be a green rice field, but now it has become an ocean.
There was more rain in the lower area. The paddy fields was flooded and the rice was damaged. It has been like this for 25 days. I had 3 paddy fields, but now I only have 1 left. I don't know if I can survive.
Many people's houses were flooded and they had to stay in the temple temporarily.
Our house is located in lower area, so the water came into the house easily.
This is a family of 4 generations. The grandmother takes care of the grandsons and great-grandsons, while the daughter goes out to earn meager salaries to raise the family. The penniless villagers received some money from Tzu Chi, and some used it to set up stands to sell snacks on the hallway of the temple.
When Tzu Chi first came to distribute 8 items, there were about 300 households in the temple. After the water subsides, some people went home and there were only about 50 families left. Now the water went up again and flooded my houses. Everyone came back to live at the temple again.
Some people brought their livestock to live in the valley temporarily. The human and animals are living under the same roof. Volunteers continue to conduct home visits to affected residents to bring them love and support.
A ceremony was held in Hualien to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Tzu Chi Education Mission. At the event, teachers and students joined hands to give a sutra adaptation performance. Let's join them in the festive celebration.
The CEO of Tzu Chi's 4 major missions lead the participants to give a sign language performance, kicking off the ceremony for the 30th anniversary of Tzu Chi Education Mission. Conveying the friendship between the master and disciple through a song, it is due to Dharma Master Cheng Yen establishing Tzu Chi's education mission that year, which has further influenced Tzu Chi's selfless giving in education.
This year marks the 30th anniversary of Tzu Chi Education Mission. Practicing compassion and giving without asking for anything in return is a common school motto of our education, which is also the doctrine of the 4 immeasurables. I look forward to developing our students' professional skills and cultivating their humanistic spirit.
Teachers and students work together to interpret one of the chapters in Tibetan Buddhist scriptures. Through the sutra adaptation performance, people's deeper humanistic spirit can be brought out. Not only one's professional knowledge can be cultivated, but also their character.
Besides having the abilities and skills, more importantly, a talented person should have the essence of inner beauty.
教育置业的爱与榜样杨思彪校长。
Dr. Yang Sibiao, who is over 100 years old, was the first president of Tzu Chi Junior College of Nursing. He used to be the dean of National Taiwan University's College of Medicine, but later he came to Hualien to engage in Tzu Chi's education mission for 30 years.
Dharma Master Cheng Yen has made a wish for the children. She hopes that they can overcome the lowest point in their lives or family difficulties in the future and move towards their dreams.
Teaching students with compassion and love is the core value of Tzu Chi Education Mission. By upholding the core value, it is expected that the education can benefit more students.
Dharma Master Cheng Yen came to attend the celebration of Tzu Chi Education Mission's 30th anniversary. Besides praise for the performances of students from Tzu Chi schools, she also felt thankful for the establishment of Tzu Chi's 4 major missions.
In 1989, Tzu Chi Junior College of Nursing was established in the remote eastern part of Taiwan. It provided opportunities for children in rural areas to receive an education, as well as cultivate nursing talents for society. In the past 30 years, Tzu Chi Education Mission has developed into a holistic education. The original thoughts of Dharma Master Cheng Yen has grown into a tree that can shelter seedlings.
从种子看到了大树，所以一念间很重要，但是念念间的方向更重要。持小持中，持科大持大，一路走过来，真的是很感恩。感恩的，我们的孩子们长大了。我们的孩子呢，承担了，方向准确。
Tzu Chi's 4 major missions are closely integrated. Many talents have been cultivated through theoretical practice. Master Cheng Yen encourages everyone to make good use of our time so that we can create value to life.
用对的就是生命的价值，没有用对啦。空过时日，生命的价值一定要历史的见证，那一念心的把握坚持，莫忘那一年。希望呢，我永远都在人人的心坎中里，方向不要偏差。差之毫厘，失以千里。
Keeping the right direction, Tzu Chi volunteers follow the footsteps of one another while passing on love and goodness from generation to generation.
Back in 1989, there are already more than 100 universities and colleges in Taiwan. Why did Tzu Chi have to go through so much work to establish a nursing school? The answer is compassion. Here's our report.
Among the 2 indigenous girls, one has been accepted by St. Mary's Junior College of Medicine, Nursing and Management, and Xiaonong got into Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology. They no longer have to stay in institutes.
When the children can leave the institutes with confidence and choose to live in the schools and pursue their development, we feel comforted.
These girls want to become nurses and serve in eastern Taiwan in the future. Hualien is vast in area and medical resources are mostly in northern Taiwan. In addition, the transportation facilities in Hualien are not advanced. Many people refuse to serve in hospitals in Hualien because they think Hualien is too far away. In the early years, missionaries have established the Mennonite Christian Hospital, nicknamed American's Hospital by local residents. In 1959, they established the first nursing school in Hualien, accepting indigenous girls and teaching them nursing skills.
The missionaries saw the medical needs in eastern Taiwan Hualien, especially the medical care of indigenous people. Then, of course, we need a lot of nurses to handle the nursing care.
However, the Ministry of Education stipulates that high schools must have military education instructors, and students must take military education classes. It conflicted with the anti-war principles held by the missionaries. Therefore, Mennonite nursing schools stopped running in 1976.
I think from this, you can see the instance of some core values.
In 1986, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital was inaugurated and needed a lot of doctors and nurses. since the medical staff is lacking, they started building Tzu Chi Nursing School in the next year.
In 1989, when the school was established, there was an important goal, which was to help the indigenous people in eastern Taiwan to pursue an education and career.
Why did they have to help the indigenous girls pursue a career? It is because back then, there was a problem of indigenous families selling their girls.
In about 1987, in many tribal communities, many children disappear after graduating from elementary schools. For some families, because they face financial difficulties, they would choose to let children work in the big cities. However, when these human traffickers come to tribes, they did not explain the parents know where their children will be going to.
Hoping to prevent the loss of girls in the community, Tzu Chi established the nursing school and provided an education to these young people who might otherwise stop pursuing an education. On September 17, 1989, Tzu Chi Nursing School, or the former body of Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology, started school. Before this, there was not a nursing school in eastern Taiwan for 13 years.
When Tzu Chi Nursing College was established in 1989, there were 41 colleges in Taiwan and as many as 75 vocational schools. In 1994, Tzu Chi Medical School was established. In fact, back then, there were more than 300,000 students attending colleges. Therefore, establishing two colleges did not seem that important academic-wise, but its importance lies in training future medical professionals.
Back then, Tzu Chi Nursing School was the only privately run nursing school that provides government scholarships for students and exclusively aimed at indigenous students.
In my experience, I feel that maybe we were experiencing the path that the missionaries have gone through.
We did all this for medicine. If young people in Hualien can stay and work in Hualien after graduation, would Hualien become prosperous?
The love of the missionaries was passed on to people in Taiwan to contribute to and benefit Hualien.
In the past, patients facing total knee replacement fear immense pain after the surgery. One orthopedist came up with a pain relief cocktail therapy, allowing patients to be discarded after the second day after the surgery.
Total knee replacements requires bone reduction. Most patients fear the immense pain they have to endure after the surgery, and it is the main reason they refuse to undergo the surgery.
I feel very painful for 2 to 3 days after the surgery. I could not get off the bed.
After the anesthetic goes away, I felt the pain coming.
6 years ago, orthopedist Yang Changzhen started to apply pain relief cocktail therapy. After 2 years of research, he successfully reduced the pain suffered by patients who undergo total knee replacement surgeries.
We often use body temperature, heartbeat, blood pressure, and breathing speed to describe patients' vital signs. However, in fact, we currently include pain indicator as one of the vital signs. It is because it is related to how the patients are willing to move or undergo more treatment.
The pain relief cocktail therapy combines many painkillers, anesthesia, and anesthetics in different proportions. After the doctor completes the total knee replacement, he will inject the pain relief cocktail therapy medicine around the joints before suturing up the wound.
In the past, before we had a pain relief cocktail therapy, the patients would have to wait till the third day to deal with pain relief. When they are discharged, it would be good if they could move to somewhere between 90 or 100 degrees. Our patients now can move to 120 degrees on the first day. They can move as much as they can since there's little pain.
In the past, total knee replacement patients are discharged when they move their knees to more than 90 degrees. Usually, they need to practice for 5 to 7 days. With the pain relief cocktail therapy, the patients do not need to stay in bed for 3 days because of immense pain. The patients can practice walking and undergo rehabilitation 4 hours after the surgery. They can be discharged on the second day.
The wound is smaller than before, and most importantly, the ligament is not damaged. The patients who undergo the minimally invasive surgeries can recover much faster during the 2nd to 4th weeks after the surgery. Besides the positive effect of the pain relief therapy, the patient's ligaments have been saved, therefore they can recover much faster than before.
The pain relief cocktail therapy not only reduces the patient's pain, it also reduces the damage to one's muscles for lying in bed for too long. They help the patients to stay active after they undergo the total knee replacement surgeries.
To help students from remote regions recover from the trauma of the 9/21 quake, 14 artists with various talents visited schools to heal students. Let's take a look.
现在的话是要赶到就是国道6号国信那边，因为有社会的突发案件，讲得顺就好了，不用太紧张。你要介绍嘛，所以我们大概要知道说就是会诊上有没有困难。
Skilled and filled with energy, this media person is actually a survivor of the 9/21 quake.
家里有没有房子倒的？有没有？好了。真的，那家里全倒，请举手一下看看。
The first to raise her hand was Lai Xiangshan.
Many things in life, like setbacks or obstacles, are just temporary. Telling you at this age, perhaps you won't believe it, but it's true, all just temporary.
It was just the beginning of the school year, and the day of the quake, I slept in the sugarcane field. Tzu Chi asked Director Wu Nianzhen to come to the school to interact with us. I was great because Nantou is the countryside, and we have very few opportunities to be exposed to the famous people like that. He has taught us a lot of different things to help us create, such as the things we come in to interact with each day to help inspire us. I think his visits with us inspired me to become a journalist.
Back then, DaAi Television CEO Yao Renlu asked DaAi programming producer Wang Li to invite artists of all kinds to visit the students affected by the quake to help comfort them. That's how former president of KPS, Reverend George Martinson, painter and author Lei Xiang, singer Christine Xu, and directors Ke Yizhen and Wu Nianzhen all helped with this art therapy campaign. Singer Christine Xu, whose hometown Wufeng was also affected by the quake, was deeply involved with this project. The most unforgettable moment for her was when she realized Guoxing Junior High's anthem had been lost.
刚刚有说帅哥美女嘛，对不对？帅哥美女多，好不好？好。那我们来试试看，第一句可以唱什么 ？OK？ 走入师门。
I wrote down what we came up with on the board, and just sending it to let them know it can be sung that way. Then everyone began learning it. It was fun.
Music and arts has helped bring back the spirit and energy of the school and put a smile on the students' faces.
Just in a period of class, you can see from the joy in the eyes of the students and teachers. When the energy is shared between people and you feel the truth, compassion, and beauty of it, I sparkle bright.
今天我要再度到阔别1年的南投受灾区。他的新面貌固然可以预期，但自己的这方面却感到空茫。究竟能增加一分什么力量给他们呢？
Rereading an essay he wrote, creative artist Lei Xiang has won many accredited recognitions for his work. Though he's now in his 80s, in just a few minutes, he drew his most unforgettable story from the 9/21 quake.
黄千燕老师说：“您爸不在了。”
Teacher Huang Cheng Yen said, "Your dad's not here. Your mom isn't here. I will be your teacher and your mother."
For the sensitive, creative soul, he looked for ways to help the children move past the pain.
嗨，手
少来了，打一个招呼吧。好，被子来。好，地牛要个变身咯。好，这一翻身非常小可啊！嘎嘎嘎嘎嘎嘎嘎嘎。哦。
因为在那次。
There are many moving stories which came out of that disaster.
个别动人的部分了。
In these moving stories, which inspire Lei Xiang's care, and in it he saw many root problems stemming from the countryside.
譬如说城乡的问题啦，贫富的问题啦。
For example, problems of the countryside, the poor versus the rich, or generation problems. How can we solve it? It can't simply be reliant on Project Hope to help solve it, as the solution lies in more than just repairing of structure to motivate people to live on. I'm looking forward to the end result.
可能涵盖的所有的效能在里面，我很想知道。
The creativity which was shared at the schools has yet to disappear. It's now blossomed into hope for the future.
我看到了所有在引渡的人。
I saw how everyone came together to make things happen, including ideals and future goals. Everyone has given their part to this. People came together hand in hand to make it happen. It's such a wonderful thing.
The exchange of love that year brought warmth and comfort to one another.
Climate Week NYC took place this year from September 23rd to 29th. At the event, scholars and professionals discussed the impact of such weather changes and necessary climate actions that are needed.
The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has just released a special report on oceans and the cryosphere temperature increase and its implications for vulnerable and least developing countries. Today, Climate Analytics has hosted a panel to discuss the content of the report.
The key points were, firstly, that the cryosphere is already melting. Secondly, that we are seeing increased rates of sea level rise. Thirdly, that our oceans are getting warmer. And fourthly, that we're seeing increases in intensity of tropical cyclones. And we can expect to see these impacts increase in intensity as global temperatures rise.
Low-lying islands which are extremely concerned about sea level rise and storm surges, salination of the fresh water reserves on the islands, which creates huge problems, erosion, and also deterioration of coral reefs and fishery resources. What is great from this kind of events is that both the scientists and the representative of these vulnerable countries, they have a joint call to the global community to actually make those mitigation actions happen.
Also in the last 5 years, we lost about 8,500 people, and this affected about 105 million people. So 1 in 10 people in the LDCs were affected. So this is, I mean, just to give you a sense of the vulnerability. Thank you.
The IPCC special report also proposes solutions like different types of adaptations and mitigations, though the report very clearly states that the adaptation measures are time-sensitive. As ocean temperature increases, there will be impacts that people won't be able to adapt to.
Beginning in 2016, guests at a Best Western hotel in Los Angeles can find Jingsa aphorisms in their hotel rooms, giving them a little inspiration. We will leave you with these images. Goodbye.